Hi, welcome to Friday's Short Sale Chat. My name's Ned Turner. I'm the Ninja Negotiator. Hey, this week I'm going to talk about HAFA because I spent the whole week messing with the HAFA deal. What is HAFA? Well, that is the government's new program that they came with out of HAMP. It was part of the Making Homes Affordable. The idea was to keep homeowners in their home by modifying their loans. That was called the HAMP program. What they found out is most people still couldn't afford their homes. The banks weren't implementing the program, and frankly, a lot of people ended up paying money they big borrowed and stole, thinking that they would get their loan modified, only to get turned down. I've got a case in point with the new clients. Same thing happened to them. They thought that their troubles have been solved, and they went through the whole process, and it just couldn't come together. They ended up giving contact with us, and we're now doing a short sale for them, and they are not going to be facing foreclosure because we're going through the short sale process. I want you to keep in mind, even if you are frustrated, let's say you know what the HAMP program is, you've contacted your bank, you went through that loan modification, you may have even paid them for 3 months, because that was part of the program, to get the loan modified, only to find out you're turned down and you're ready to walk away from your home. Don't, and I'll tell you why. Is number one is if you have a foreclosure on your home, you have some repercussions that you're not just walking away from the debt. A lot of these HAMP programs or modification programs, the problem is it's not with the first. It is a lot of people have seconds, and the second mortgages are not playing ball. And what the state of Washington allows, per a Supreme Court ruling back in 2007, is that if your first mortgage forecloses on you and you have a second mortgage, that second mortgage can still come after you for the balance. So if you owe $100,000 on a second mortgage and you think that's gone away because, well, it's been foreclosed on, I don't have to pay that anymore, think again. The state of Washington Supreme Court found that only the foreclosing party does not get the right to come after you for money. The non-foreclosing party, in this case the second mortgage, they could still come after you. So let's say you're unemployed now, but things get better in a couple of years, you start making an income. Boy, you might even be thinking about buying a house. Well, number one, the foreclosure won't let you buy for another 7 years. But number two is, all of a sudden, out of the blue, when you thought it was gone, you're getting your wages garnished. You're getting a judgment against you, all from the second mortgage. So if you're frustrated and want to walk away from home, you don't want to do that. You want to contact a professional. You're going to want to do a short sale, and I'll tell you why. It's in the short sale, we do have the ability to negotiate away that deficiency. You don't have to agree to a short sale if the bank insists on a deficiency, but at least it gives you that shot. With a foreclosure, you have no shot on those seconds. Now, getting back to HAFA and HAMP, let's say that you can't get a loan mod, you have to move, or for whatever reason, what happens is you can go into the HAFA program. A lot of banks are following the HAFA program. A lot of it is just politics. They want the government to think that they're doing everything in their power to do what the government says. It's really not true. They're just trying to look good in the government's eyes, because keep in mind, they've already asked for money from the government once. They'd love to be able to do that again. Anytime the government's going to have a bank free money, the banks love that kind of thing. The other thing is that I'm seeing is banks are now, when I'm submitting a short sale, are trying to automatically put these into a HAFA program. One of the reasons for this is the investor, the people that actually own the mortgage, and in this case it is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Those are I won't go into too much detail, but they're associated with the government, and they are now requiring that all their short sales go through the HAFA program. But there's certain key provisions. You have to be 60 days behind, whereas in a normal HAFA without a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac type of loan, you don't have to be. You just have to be about to be delinquent on your mortgage. So there's different rules and different changes. Here's the fun part of it is, let's say that you need to sell your house, whether you're unemployed or something, you can't make your payments anymore. You want to do a short sale and you only have a first mortgage. That is perfect for HAFA. They will even pay you $3,000 at closing for your moving cost expenses, and the bank has to agree not to come after you for a deficiency. So really, the best case scenario is a single mortgage for the HAFA program. When you add that second, that's when we come into issues. And that's why having a professional negotiator negotiate those things and know how to work those around really helps. Plus, you wouldn't believe the paperwork. You have to be an escrow officer in order to calculate who gets what, where, and whatever, and they want the homeowner to do that. Now, in this case, I come in as a professional negotiator and I fill out all that paperwork. Plus, I know when the banks are just plain ass lying, which is most of the time. And I can fight through that and get that paperwork and get the right numbers in there and get things through that program. It is a faster program. We've seen things that can move a little bit quicker, but you're still dealing with the same thing. You're dealing with banks that all they really want to do is get money from you. The stimulus to the bank to do HAFA is the government's giving them rebates for doing that. So in a lot of cases, keep in mind the banks are just trying to collect as much money as they can, and when they're doing these short sales and modifications and everything else. So again, with the HAFA program, you probably heard a lot with it, is yes, it's a great program in some scenarios, but to know best what works for you is not to call the bank and have them lie to you. It's get a hold of us. Get a hold of us at Sound Default Solutions. We can review your situation and tell you what's best for you, because we're looking out for you. We're not a bank. I get lied to by the banks all the time, so I know how frustrated you are. So I can give you, and we can give you the best alternatives you can, because hopefully if you want to stay in the home, we can find a way for that. But if you have to get out, let's have an exit strategy that puts you in a good place in a few years, rather than having that out of the blue judgment come after you and find that you can't find employment or you're getting garnished. It's just, these banks will do that. We know it's coming. So give us a call and we can review all those things with you. Hey, this is Ned from Friday's Short Sale Chat. I usually talk about bands. In this case, I've gone a little bit long on HAFA, but next week I've got some great lineups for music for next weekend. So I hope you come back to Friday'sShortSaleChat.com next Friday, and I'll have a great subject, and hopefully you'll submit some comments and some questions to us. We have had a few questions on HAFA that I just kind of went over, but I'd like to read some of those in my video podcast here. Anyway, Ned signing off. Thanks.